I hope you know what you just did. The chopper leaves at dawn. Now get out of my sight.
This is the newly launched Hitman World of Assassination native version running natively on the M1 MacBook Air. No cloud gaming, no crossover or parallel, just the native macOS version. In upcoming videos, I am going to play the newly added Patient Zero Requiem DLC pack, so stay tuned and subscribe for that. In this video, we'll test high settings, low settings, and an optimized preset to find the best balance between visuals and performance.
Our team found no records of any kind. No name. Nothing.
I think they called me 47.
That's not a name.
So make it one.
All right. Agent 47.
Here we're using the highest possible preset available on this device, with reflections and shadows increased and SSAO set to Ultra. The internal resolution is set to 2560 by 1600 with MetalFX upscaling enabled. As you can see, performance averages around 15 to 20 frames per second. Frame times are unstable and gameplay doesn't feel smooth. While the visuals do look noticeably better, this setting isn't really practical on a fanless M1 MacBook Air.
Good work. Here we go. Now he wants his girlfriend to go with him across the curtain. Naturally, Kremlin says no. It wasn't part of the agreement. Tonight, he said he got documents from the spies in the US. Documents don't leak into the wrong hands in case anything happens to him or his girlfriend.
Now this is the low preset. All major settings are reduced to the lowest possible values. Heavy graphical features like reflections and SSAO are disabled.
It doesn't make sense. The man is like a sitting duck.
Frame rates immediately improve to around 35 to 45 frames per second, depending on the scene. Gameplay feels much smoother and more stable. It's definitely playable.
Spies in the US. Documents don't leak into the wrong hands in case anything happens to him or his girlfriend.
Now this is a custom optimized preset. Simulation quality is set to best. Textures are kept on low to reduce memory pressure. Shadows are set to medium. Reflections remain on high. MetalFX upscaling is still enabled. Resolution is set to 1440 by 900 internally. Texture filtering is set to anisotropic times 16.
Never enough security. It doesn't make sense. The man is like a sitting duck.
Performance now ranges between 35 and 50 frames per second depending on scene complexity. This preset maintains solid reflections and lighting while keeping gameplay smooth. For a fanless M1 MacBook Air, this is actually quite impressive. At this point, it feels more CPU limited than GPU limited, especially since lowering graphical settings doesn't massively increase frame rate. Frame times remain relatively stable with fewer noticeable spikes compared to the high preset. This definitely feels like the sweet spot for this hardware.
You were always the best. Nobody ever came close. You defined the art and it defines you. Your actions have changed the world. Powerful men have fallen by your hand, but by the same token, others have risen. Do you realize what kind of world you've been shaping? Does the ICA? Does your handler? I live in that world. I have seen the consequences. I have felt the cost. That's what defines me.